Every act of preparation is always attached to some kind of goal, something you want to accomplish, something, as I mentioned a moment ago, that you're anticipating happening. When you wake up in the morning, you get ready for the day. You get ready for the day in anticipation or with the goal of going to work or doing what you have to do that day, but the preparation is leading to something. And so we often think of goals in the natural sense of life, but also in the career sense of life. People have career goals and financial goals and all kind of goals that people will have and pursue. But often we omit one of the most important dimensions of life, and that is our spiritual goals. And so I want to talk to you just for a moment about this question, actually ask you the question this morning, do you have any spiritual goals? Because if you have no goals, you'll be involved in no preparation. Goals really drive your preparation. And so I would ask you, what are your spiritual goals? And do you have any spiritual goals? I think as we live our life, as I mentioned a moment ago, we have all kind of other goals, but do you have spiritual goals? The Apostle Paul had some spiritual goals for his life. In fact, he articulates them in a number of different places. One of those places is found in the book of Philippians chapter 3, where he makes this statement. He's declaring his goal. I want to. This is what I want most in life. What do I want? To know Christ. That's the thing I want more than anything else. Not that I have already obtained all this or have already arrived at my goal, but I press on to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. And so Paul says, what I want most in life, my goal in life is to really get to know Jesus, not just in some conceptual way, but in a very personal way. I want to know him. I want to pursue him. I haven't arrived yet, but this is my goal, and I want to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. And so Paul had a vision set on a very specific set of goals for his life and what he was pursuing. The Apostle Peter describes the goals for his own life and actually challenges us to develop them as well in 2 Peter chapter 1. Listen to these goals that are presented by Peter. For this very reason, make every effort. Put your energy toward these goals. Make every effort to add to your faith. What are you to add to your faith? Goodness, and to goodness, knowledge, and to knowledge, self-control, and to self-control, perseverance, and to perseverance, godliness, and to godliness, mutual affection, or one translation says brotherly kindness, and to mutual affection, love. There are 8 qualities that are listed here, starting with faith, down through love, that Peter says, make this the goal of your life. Because the real goal, the real spiritual goal of life is not what you achieve with your life, but it's what you become in your life.